Hello, I'm Martin Fencka and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Trails of Fire. So today I want to finally head west, although there's one location here that I want to check first, then probably a little bit farther south, so that we are approaching the first main quest location from the southeast. Yeah, we have to start heading in that general direction because I don't want to risk that we run out of food as we run out of locations on the side of the map. Okay, let's start here. Up ahead you see a line of human slaves chained together. There are two rattling slavers armed with whips at the front and back of the column, while 5 of the slaves are clothed in tattered rags and look emaciated. I have no idea what the word means. One of them has the burly physique of a skilled laborer. Yeah, I think we just want to fight them. I want to test the new items that we got last time. Crouching and moving swiftly to the cover of 2 boulders ahead of the column, you remain undetected by the guards. Malkin creeps towards the rear of the column and takes the guard out with a stab to the back, covering his mouth as he falls. However, Malkin trips and is spotted by the front guard, who lets out an alarm call. Rattling guards appear from behind a ridge and you must fight to free the slaves. Excuse me. So what do we have to fight? 2 guards with a bowman. That's not too bad. So what do we have to work with? If we hide here, the bowman won't be able to reach us, or at least we'll have to move quite a bit to reach us. Don't have any movement cards for our warlord, so if I use these two, I'll be able to get far enough. I don't like discarding the opening strike, but what if I just move here? It might be even better. 1. Wait. First. Move here. Actually, what if I moved here, then here, used... I won't have enough points to use the mat, so I'd have to sacrifice some defense, and I probably don't want to... I could maybe sacrifice block bites for shielding. We have enough armor, I think. And the Mad Soul should take some damage for us. It may die, but if it dies, that means no one else is taking damage. Okay, that's fine. What are you doing? Oh, Iron Taunt. Actually, it only taunted the Mad Soul. And yeah, this is perfect. Okay, we're gonna discard these 2. How are we gonna do this? Clash is actually pretty bad in this case. I definitely want defensive stance. Let's start with that. And honestly, now I might just re-roll. Show the... Come on, I said show the way. Here. You'll move. I'm thinking if I want to use adrenaline, I would have to discard what? Defend. I would have to discard both the defense. No, I wouldn't. I can discard this one probably. Use the... No, I will have to discard both. Damn it! Ah, so be it. probably messed up on that. I might have been able to do it without discarding one card. Ah, come on. Actually, well, good. I don't know why the AI is doing this. That it's attacking the characters with shields. Last time I played off camera, the AI was much better at targeting exposed characters. Okay. What are we gonna do here? Start with the Claw Lightning. Get a kill. Defensive stance. Oh, did I mess up? Of course I messed up. Try to get a kill. I can redraw. Nope. Damn it. Let's just discard both. We get extra shielding. That's fine. He kills the Mad Soul. I don't care. This is also fine. Now he shouldn't have willpower to attack if he has one more. Just a lot of shielding, but that's fine. Do we have some movement card? No, we have to throw away one swipe if we wanted to move. Okay, let's use this swipe. I want to use the second swipe for movement as well. Now we can discard this one. Go here. Discard Inspire. Wait. Move 4. There we go. This is what we wanted to do. There. And just discard. That's a lot of shielding. Okay, can we make it through? Yeah, this is a magic attack. It's like a spell, so we don't proc the attacks of opportunity. Let's get rid of these 3 cards. Maybe not all 3. Let's get rid of these 2. We'll start with a stab, because stab is gonna give us extra willpower. Now we want to use Clash, so we get the double damage, and it's over. Okay, level ups. What did we get, by the way? Mighty Blow. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of this attack. I think I'll just level up the Elementalist. And what did we get? Again, wrong skills. What's charged weapon? Melee attack 3, inflicts shock on all enemies within 2 spaces of the target. That's a good one. If you want to go melee elementalist, you want to add Storm Conduit to that. But for what we are trying to do, this is not the card that we... I might be forced into it, because we are not getting the cards for the caster. Stone Barrier. Could go with Stone Barrier. Slow burn. Whenever you inflict any named effect on an enemy, inflict 1 extra stack. So that would be combined with, you don't have it here, but with the spark that gives burn, would give burn for 2 turns. But it's basically the only thing. Also, it would work with shock. We can shock with, it's also not here. The lightning rod, I think that's how it's called. Let's take the stone barrier. And if you don't get one of the cards that I want on the next level up, I may actually switch and go with the melee elementalist. I've never done that before, so I think elementalist is a bit too fragile for that, but we could try. Continue. And also it deals, I think, less damage than the full caster. So take everything. It transpires that the Barrel Slave is a blacksmith who was only recently captured by the Rattling raiding party. He has no family and asked to join your group. Sure. So we have a third follower, and, well, they all look the same. Minus 30% weapon crafting costs. Yeah. Okay. Actually, that's odd. Does it cost gold to craft weapons? So I thought it cost only the crafting materials, and usually the cost is like 1 of each. So where can you get the discount? Whatever. The blacksmith thanks you profusely and offers to sharpen your weapons. He will clearly be of much use to you. Not quite sure about that. Okay, so let's go like 10 tiles further to the south. There's another location, and then we start heading west finally. You come across the skeletal remains of a vast creature, a common sight on the glasslands. I don't think we had the glasslands before, so here's the description. Some humans even mark the bones with specific colors or coded writing to act as waypoints in this desolate landscape. Judging by the scrape marks on its carcass and the smaller skeletons nearby, it looks like scavengers competed frantically for the spoils. You spot a burrow opening nearby that looks large enough to crawl into. You wonder whether it's worth investigating. Okay, we're gonna crawl in, because what could possibly go wrong? I had never, anything really bad happened here. Up until now, it seems. Jara just about squeezes into the burrow carrying a makeshift torch. She continues around a slight bend where the tunnel begins to open out, but encounters a giant lizard-like creature ahead. The torch makes it worry and it turns around, but not before flicking its long spiked tail in your direction, inflicting a deep puncture wound in your neck. Great. Before you leave, you catch sight of a few metallic objects in the part of the tunnel the creature was obscuring. So, it only took 3 damage. That's not the end of the world. I was afraid that we'll end up with some kind of a wound. You help yourself to some useful items before striking back the way you came. Grapple is interesting. Setup. Execute. I actually don't think I've ever seen execute. Destroy an adjacent character with 10 health or less. It's really bad against bosses and really good against anything else. Pull target enemy within 2 spaces, then melee attack 4 and inflict defense. That's also quite good. Let me check. What are we currently using? I really like Clash, because that's most of the time 6 damage. I can't... Actually, I can use this as a secondary weapon. Okay. I really didn't expect this option to have this as a secondary weapon. Well, I'll take it. And the armor... Yeah, I want defensive stance. Even though this would improve my armor by 1, defensive stance is just better than just armored advance. Okay, let's go. Oh, another location. And we... Actually, do we need rest? Yeah, I think we will rest here. Come on, food. Ahead of you is a tall, dark column-like structure with sharp peaks, and through that make it look like a colossal flickering fire has been frozen in stone. Taking a few more steps towards it, the air temperature falls rapidly and your breath becomes icy. You walk around the spicy perimeter to investigate further and spot a narrow opening in the base of the column. You can tell that this protective enchantment is going to take a toll if you choose to proceed. Explore the column. Malkin volunteers for the task. Who's Malkin? That's probably our warlord. And runs straight for the opening. Inside there is a spiral stone staircase heading upwards and wooden ladder leading downwards. Oh, I remember this one. We want to go up, I think. And here we'll have to donate blood, if I remember correctly. The staircase leads to a wooden door. A sign reads, "Knock twice if you must." Malkin does so, and hears a grunting noise from inside. A bespectacled... whatever. Human opens the door without looking up from a piece of parchment. He asks where you have traveled from, still buried in his parchment. It's only when you mention Taralin... I'm not sure that we actually had a description of Taralin before. So yeah, that's our that's the encampment or settlement where we started. That he stops what he's doing and turns to face you. He's very interested in obtaining a vial of blood from one of the soul scarred. So here's what soul scarred means, and we will agree. I hope this is Malkin. Can we? No, it's all elementalist. That's, I think, another 3 damage. Not happy about that. But I think I will do it. We can afford to do it. I hope. He takes out a slender blade and expertly flicks a vein open in your left forearm, filling up a small vial with your blood. He passes you a clean piece of cloth and instructs you to rub it tightly. He carries the vial of blood over the various pieces of apparatus. Something seems to meet his approval. He reaches up to a high shelf on a little ladder and brings down a spellbook. I hope this serves you well in combat, he says before insisting that he must return to his work. So, what is this one? Frostbolt is nice. Driving cold, I've never found a use for it. It's probably the way how I'm playing that the cone is just too large. And I would never hit like more than one enemy. But Frostbolt is nice. You leave, noticing that the protective enchantment has been lifted, so you don't need to dash back. Continue. I think I will rest here before we go. And I'll equip the book. Okay, no injuries. We can't really craft anything super useful. You know what? I think I'll use the option here and get rid of the driving cold. Is there anything else they want to get rid of? We can't get rid of heroics. On the helmet... Aggression. I think I'll actually get rid of the aggression. But that can do at least something, right? Every time we play it, we get at least 2 shielding. Here, I'll never play driving cold. Push to inflict shield on all enemies. On the other hand, I should probably test it. Okay, fine. Let's just get rid of the aggression. They should be following us, so I'll just let them catch up. Well, we are heading towards the next point of interest. You approach a large monolithic rock with dozens of differently colored horizontal layers. It looks like it used to be a whole section below the ground which has somehow been dramatically forced upwards. Something catches your eye in a layer of rock about 20 feet up. It looks metallic with some sort of handle. The cliff has been worn away over time, with some sections faring better than others, which makes it look climbable. Attempt to scale the cliff despite the lack of obvious handholds? Yeah, sure. Gerald leaves her belongings, armor and weapons at the bottom and begins to scale the rock. The impact of the elements over time means that there are plenty of handholds, and aside from a couple of wobbles, Jared reaches the relic without trouble. It's a silver cup inlaid with precious gems around the rim and looks like a valuable find. Nice. Did we get any money? On the way down, she spots a group of approaching ratlings with their weapons drawn. Jared shouts down to warn the others. Ooh. But actually they don't have any bowmen, so we can just hide up here. And hopefully we'll be just fighting them like one by one. Did we get anything? Don't think I want to use prepare, so we'll use march. Go here. Here. Two and hide there. In the back. 1, 2. I want to use spark. So now we go. Impenetrable wall. I should have played leadership before I played the march. No, it's too late for that. You can play it now. No, I don't want to discard it. I want to discard setup, play leadership. Then I wanted to play that spark. Maybe I'll just pass on that. Play the defensive stance. Block, discard the spark and move back. Make sure that we can't be like pulled or something. Okay, great. That's where we wanted to have him. Should be able to win this 1v1. Especially with the execute in hand. Interesting that another one is coming this way. What the hell? Basically didn't do anything. Should have just saved the willpower to get extra shielding. Why the hell would you go this way? What the... How are we gonna do this? Can't kill it with swipe, with just swipe. I could play the husk here if I really wanted to. But I think I'd rather just get the shielding, to be honest. Come on. Defensive stance. Opening strike, that gives us more cards to work with. Move back. You as well. Ah. Use the iron skin. Yeah, I'm just gonna frostbolt this one to slow it down a little bit, hoping that this one will come to us. And swipe. So what's it gonna be? Move. Let's make room on this tile. And let's see how much damage we can do this way. So I deal 6 damage. If I discard this one... Yeah, I want to use Clash. That means... I have to do it this way. Good. I'm actually surprised that the AI decided to extend all characters this way. For the first time, this is probably time for a force missile. Not sure if I used it before. So now we can get rid of Inspire, use the bash to get the discard, advance. We can get a kill here with... Actually, the first ball wouldn't give us a kill, so I'm gonna throw it away. Use the fan to move and get a kill with the measured blow. They will give us a lot of shielding. Okay. So we need to deal 10 damage. How can we do that? Promise we have to move. No, that's not gonna work. We need to start with the clash. Oh, that's enough. With the next attack, of course. Aside from the cup, which upon closer inspection appears like it might be of dwarvish origin, but we didn't get any cup. You scavenge a few useful items from the rattling troop. Food, that's important. We got the bone, that's another crafting material we need for the shield that I want to craft. Let's take everything. The crossbow, ricochet shot. Yep, I'm really not a big fan of ranged characters in this game, like pure ranged characters. I don't mean casters, I mean like rangers. Because they usually do single target damage. And you are limited by the line of sight. So it's quite difficult getting them into position where they can freely shoot. It's difficult to protect them properly. And as a ranged character, you want them to stay away, but by staying away, you are losing the opportunity attacks, while they can't be hidden as casters can be, so they're just disadvantages. And I never like figured out how to make a ranged character work better than a caster, or even a melee character. Okay, what did we get here? That's our warrior. I don't want Counter-Strike. Oh, this is bad. I mean, we can still take the Bulwark. That's a decent card, but we are looking for measured blows, as many as possible. Counter-Strike sounds pretty decent. But it's actually funny that you rarely have it in hand after being attacked. At least that's my experience. So I think I'll just go with the Bulwark instead of one defend. So far we are pretty unlucky with the cards that we are getting from level ups. Okay, let's attack these guys. The leader of the group approaches you and demands you hand over a goodwill payment to allow you to continue to your destination. Yeah, sure. Okay, we're gonna hide down here and we should be fine. So, what are we gonna use? Show the way. Advance. Block. Think about just keeping both these cards, honestly. No, let's use it. And I'll definitely keep opening strike. Yeah, good luck with that. Okay, now we have to be a bit careful. So, what do we want to do? I do this. I will have to use the stone barrier. Yeah, that's always a good start. Okay, the advance. Those both are here to give us willpower. Surging strike. That's a kill, actually. Think about keeping the Frostbolt because the effect of Chilled that reduces damage is quite valuable. Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep it. That was an interesting move. Anything interesting? Need to do something about this one. Need to get rid of the stock, so I need to do 2 more damage. Well, that is an option. I think I'm gonna do it. May take some damage now. Yeah, but it won't get through armor. Okay, so we probably want to set up this one. Swipe here. We want to start with a clash. So I'll discard setup. Might be a mistake actually, I should have discarded the bash. I think it will be fine. Yeah. Okay, food. Good, and we got wood as another crafting material. So I think all that we are missing is that the mithril bar, or how it's called. Offensive stance. Problem is that the hand wraps are the same slot as shields. So don't think you'll be using that. Maybe for a while. What do you want first? Opening strikes. Good. Let's check. All attacks deal +1 damage. Well, that's not an item for an elementalist. We can use it here for a while until we get a shield. Okay, and I think I'm gonna make a cut here. right before we enter the next location. We have 320 gold now. It would be nice to find a shop. It's been a while since we found a shop. We need more food. And you now have enough money to buy some interesting items. Especially crafting materials. So yeah, we will see next time. As I said, we are done with this episode. So I hope that you liked it. I hope that you're going to join me next time again. And until then, have a good time. Bye bye.